right, what is up, everybody? It's Alan from Breaking and Entering. We are hanging out here with Aggie Silver at Mid-Coast at the Cooperage, and excited to see you perform here.
Yeah, I'm excited to perform.
You have grown up as part of Negative Positive, and you've been part of the Milwaukee music scene for much of your life.
Yeah.
How did the band start? For those that don't know, how did Negative Positive start?
Yeah, so Negative Positive was a product of Girls Rock Milwaukee. In 2013, at the very first camp, I met our current drummer, Ava, and we had a band as a three-piece for a while. It started off with this summer camp, is what Girls Rock is, where young girls and non-binary people start a band in just a week and write a song, but we decided to keep it going. And then, as of now, we have an album, EP out, some singles, all that stuff.
Yeah, and you started breaking off doing the solo thing as well.
Yes.
You have a new project out with that too. What was the genesis for it? Was it being home for a year, or were these songs that were kind of developed before that?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of songs or song ideas that I started, and sometimes I felt like they wouldn't totally fit with Negative Positive, or I just wanted to try some newer things, like even just adding synth sounds was not something that we had done for a while. But yeah, I had just like these little bits of songs, and I thought, especially since our future was a little uncertain with when I'd be moving off to college and if we'd be splitting up, I wanted to just like test out doing things on my own. So I put together an EP, and it was really fun. Nice.
And have you performed solo before, or is tonight the first night?
I've performed a couple smaller shows, but this one feels like the first one. Just, Cooperage is like a nice big venue with the live stream and everything. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit how it feels to be doing the Mid-Coast thing. Obviously it's a unique setting. Everything goes to a good cause.
Yeah.
Does it feel a little different than a normal gig would?
Yeah, I definitely think it does. And I mean, like, the people behind Mid-Coast are always super fun, and I did Mid-Coast a few months ago as Negative Positive, so we got, I don't know, it's just a really like positive atmosphere, and like it's usually like a couple more artists than usual, plus with like the interviews, or at least how it was done before with like in between sets, you're sitting there watching these interviews take place, and it felt more like an event than just like people performing and you're watching them.
Yeah, and as an artist, it's got kind of a diverse lineup of different sounds, different styles, things like that.
Yeah.
Do you absorb anything from that? Does it feel kind of cool to see, like, somebody that you might not necessarily go out to go see perform? Do you pick up anything from that as a writer or as a musician?
Yeah, I mean, I love like just finding other genres and other kinds of musicians, because I feel like it can definitely be constricting to just think of yourself as like, I'm a pop musician and I only listen to pop music.
Yeah.
So it's always a good experience to see other artists that I'd never heard of before, or sometimes seeing artists that I had like seen peripherally in the Milwaukee music scene, but then like finally getting to do a show with them where you wouldn't necessarily think to put yourselves on a bill with them.
Yeah.
So.
And then I have to ask, because you have a unique situation of growing up literally in the Milwaukee music scene. What's the biggest thing you've noticed in the last few years that has changed as far as Milwaukee music since you were playing your first shows?
Well, I definitely didn't understand like anything when I first started playing shows. It was like we played shows as like fundraisers for Girls Rock, and then my mom was like, oh, there's this festival and they want you to play, and we're like, okay. We had like no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
But I definitely think then I started to become a lot more aware of the accessibility of all ages shows and sort of a lack of that. And so in recent years with the newer like all ages, whatever it is the venues need to do to like host all ages
Performing
shows.
Arts Center.
Yeah, Performing Arts Centers. Yeah, I was like a part of that and trying to like help that happen, and that felt really cool and important. And so now I've like seen all ages shows become more accessible, and just like, I don't know, you start to become aware of your surroundings and how people look at you as a younger person. But I definitely think in recent years it's become a lot better.
Nice, very cool, very cool. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to hang out here in this lovely backyard.
Yes, it's very nice.
If they want to get in touch with you, if they want to follow you on social media, where do they go ahead and do that?
Aggie Silver Music is my Instagram. I have a pretty dead Twitter, Aggie Silver. Otherwise, Negative Positive MKE for band-related stuff.
There you go. And make sure to keep it locked to Breaking and Entering as well. We have all the coverage of the Milwaukee music scene and so much more. Aggie, thanks so much.
Thank you.